My quinceañera was August of 2013. One of like the most interesting things that like happens at any quinceañera is like when um when the quinceañera, so for like when I was doing the father daughter dance, because that's like always like a really big moment, and then it just like everybody's just watching you recording and everything, and then it's like such a sad moment because it's kind of like so quinceañeras are typically done to like acknowledge that you're 15 and that you're becoming a lady. So it's kind of like, in a way, like your parents are acknowledging like your womanhood and everything, and it's always like really sad. Like it's like a really nice but like sad moment and everything. And I remember like my dad, like he's usually like somebody that doesn't really like show much feeling and or like emotion, but like that day like his eyes were like watery, and it just like it made me feel so good and everything. And then the same thing happened when I danced with my mom, because like some people they'll like do it with only one parent, but I kind of like wanted to like acknowledge both of my parents because I mean they've always been there for me. And when my mom was dancing with me, she started crying. The only time I felt like different was like when like during the church ceremony, because they kind of they have like a specific like mass that they do for quinceañeras, and it talks about like you becoming a woman and everything. So you can definitely like at that point you really do feel like a woman. I think like when I was dancing with my dad too, that was like a kind of it was like a moment when I felt like a woman, but at the same time I didn't, because it was kind of like I was still like young. Like it was like wow, I'm actually 15 now. Like it kind of I felt it. I think my favorite part was like all the practices that we had to like learn the choreography for all the different dances that we had to do, because it was like it's kind of like a bonding experience. Like you're seeing like the same people every single week. A lot of people think it's just kind of like a party that like you just throw because you want to like dress up in a big princess like dress and everything and just like have fun, but it's not just that. Like I mean some people will make it actually just be a party, but due to like since most girls like they have like the mass beforehand, it's kind of like that's like the main thing, and then the party afterwards is kind of like a celebration of the mass. So this isn't with every quinceañera, because some girls decide that they don't want to have like the mass before, but I'm Catholic, so it's typically a tradition to like have a mass before it that's like specific to a girl or even a guy turning 15 years old, and then having their quinceañera. And then the mass, it just kind of like talks about the transition of like being a little girl to a woman. And yeah, so that's like the religious aspect of it. So the family, like usually, because for some, well, for most quinceañeras you get what is known as like padrinos or godparents, and what they do is they kind of like pitch in some money to like help out with like all the expenses, because it's really expensive to like get a quinceañera to actually happen. So like my parents, they had to, and like me as well, we had to decide who we were gonna ask to be that, because we didn't want to just like ask just anybody. We wanted it to be somebody close and like somebody that would do the same thing for them as well. And so we had to like go and meet with everybody and ask them individually and everything. And yeah, there's actually like a lot of people that don't have them. Like it's usually some parents like they have daughters and like sons, knowing that they're gonna give them a quinceañera and everything. And then other parents, they like just provide them with the option to like as to whether they want one or not. Like with me, I know my parents, they asked me if I wanted one or if I didn't, and then I said I wanted one because I knew it was something that like it was an experience that I wanted, and I didn't want to miss out on it. And then I'll like think back to it and just like be like, what if I would have had one? Like how would it have gone? Like I wanted to like know, like actually have the memories there.
If you had kids, do you think you would want them to have one?
I think I would. I think if I had like a daughter or something, I would definitely like, I wouldn't force it upon them, but I would like encourage them to at least consider having one